Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Luke 90 Bear, aka Luke Book Bear, and tonight I want to talk about and discuss a new AI chatbot. It is called Talk2Satoshi, and it's thought specifically on Bitcoin Cash BCH. Now, Talk2Satoshi. Now, this chatbot is well. Before we talk more about that, let me just give some information about where I got the information from. This is Telegraph. This is an article from today. It is from Well, this is the writer's name here, and he titled it Satoshi Nakomoto, Bitcoin's creator, has become an AI chatbot. Now it's June 1st. Now let me see what time it is right now. It's 3:08 here. So this article is published right around midnight. Now this chatbot apparently was trained on Satoshi's emails and posts, and a very limited data set. Let me give an excerpt here. Well, I'm not gonna read it word for word, but this model, and it's based on OpenAI, so the ChatGPT. Now it says trained on a limited data set, which includes Satoshi's public emails and forum posts, and also draws from other sources, including, now these are 3 books. One's called The Bitcoin Standard, the other one is called The Price of Tomorrow, and the last is called The Great Reset and the Rise of Bitcoin. Now it says including, so there must probably be some other books and some other source material, but it looks like to some great extent it relies on Satoshi's public emails or known emails and forum posts. Now let us scroll down here and take a look at the question about Bitcoin Cash. Now here it is. It says they asked it, what do you think about Bitcoin Cash? And now, as I said, it communicates with you as if he is Satoshi himself. Now I'm going to open this up so you can see it a little bit better. Now I know the side of my head is blocking a little tiny bit of this, but I'm going to go ahead and read it now. It says, as Satoshi Nakamoto, I believe Bitcoin Cash has created a group of advocates who want to increase the block size and improve scalability issues with the Bitcoin network. However, the lack of consensus support for forks and the strong economic infrastructure of exchanges and the business supporting Bitcoin have made it difficult for alternative chains to gain momentum against the original Bitcoin network. The mining power and market value of Bitcoin remain much higher than those of Bitcoin Cash, and miners can easily switch between the 2 networks depending on the rewards. This has created a dilemma for Bitcoin Cash, as the difficulty level of mining affects the speed of transactions and the rate of coin supply, putting its long-term sustainability at risk. Now let's hop back over to the Telegraph site. Now below here, they give kind of looks like their analysis or their observation of what the chatbot said. And they say the chatbot seems to be critical of Bitcoin Cash BCH and other Bitcoin forks in general, saying it has been quote difficult for alternative chains to gain momentum, end quote. Says source Talk2Satoshi. Now this is not a source. They're not quoting the source, but they're giving their, as I said, they're kind of analyzing what was said. But I found this to be spin here. This, because I've seen a lot of spin from Cointelegraph, some of the writers over here, and whoever it is behind I'm getting tongue tied. As I said, let me check the time. It's 3:11 right now in the morning, so kind of get a little bit tongue tied. So pardon me. Now Cointelegraph, I've seen a lot of spin over here when it comes to Bitcoin Cash BCH articles or topics, or even those who support Bitcoin Cash BCH, whether it be an individual or a company. For example, Coinbase or Brian Armstrong, the CEO, when they write articles about him or their company, they often put them spin in there and kind of to write it in a negative light or critical. So now let's take a look over again at what Satoshi, or let me see, it's called Talk2Satoshi. This is the website over here for it. When I go over here, it gives me a server error. I've been trying now for 20 minutes or so. It says application failed. But now looking at what the chatbot said, Now, again, he talks as if he is Satoshi. Now, I don't necessarily find this as being critical to Bitcoin Cash BCH. Now, they talk about other forks or forks in general. So, for example, let's look at some other forks of Bitcoin BTC. There was Bitcoin Classic. That's the first one I can come to my mind, or from the furthest back in time. And yeah, they had some difficulty. Bitcoin XT is no longer around. It's a dead blockchain now. I mean, I guess a blockchain, well, I don't guess, I know. A blockchain can never die because you can bring it back to life. So yeah, you could bring Bitcoin XT back to life if you wanted to. It costs you a lot of money though. Well, let me think. If you're the only miner though, well, that's for a whole other video. So yeah, they faced difficulty. Then there was Bitcoin Classic. Now, I don't know what ever happened to Bitcoin Classic. They may still be around. I just haven't really thought about it for a long time. I think when Segwit came around, or no. I really don't remember what happened to Bitcoin Classic, but they certainly faced some difficulty. And then what's another fork of BTC? Okay, Bitcoin Gold, or BTG. Yeah, they faced some difficulties, great difficulty. They're still around though, and I happen to like Bitcoin Gold. I don't like as much as Bitcoin Cash, obviously, but yeah, Bitcoin Gold, they face some difficulty. They've been attacked. It's called a 51% attack, and so yeah, their chain is, in other words, been wrecked a couple of times, if not 3 or more times maybe. So yeah, there's been some difficulty for forks. Now for Bitcoin Cash, not so much. Which will bring us down here to our next part of this, what the chatbot said, which is more of I would say, something that goes without saying. Yes, there is some difficulty because, and as in not on chain difficulty, but difficulty for Bitcoin Cash to some smaller degree. Yes, it goes without saying. Miners are going to mine. Well, most miners are mining for profit. And if you're mining BTC or BCH, you can mine it with the same mining machine. It's the same algorithm. So same machine, you can mine either chain. And there's some other coins too, but they're not worth it at all to mine, and not even for ideological reasons. You probably wouldn't want to mine them. But now for BCC, BCH and BTC, yes, miners can easily switch between chains based on profitability, and it's happened a lot in the past. Miners would switch sometimes every block, or let's just say not even, they may switch back a multitude of times and within a day. Now, not so much. Now there is sort of a I would say somewhat significant difference in the profit. So more miners are mining BTC at the moment now. But again, this goes without saying. Yeah, of course you can switch your mining machine between each of these chains. So does it create some difficulty? Not on chain difficulty, but early it would be less early. So, but yeah, Bitcoin Cash faces some difficulty, but they're doing fine, and they've been doing fine from the outset. So I don't find this to be critical at all. I just find this to be stating the obvious for most of it, and then also some of it, or in other words, goes without saying. There is some observation here. Let's see, as we discussed about the forks, yeah, there's been some trouble for other forks, of course. So, but myself, I don't find it critical, and again, I find this to be spin over here, their analysis here of what the chatbot said. Now, I don't know what you all think. You're open to your own interpretation, of course. Now, before I wrap this up, okay, well, again, I think I already mentioned, I went over to Talk2Satoshi.com. Let's try it again. There's a server error when I try it. And now, I don't know, this is some other thing, this is not specifically for them, but I don't know if they have an app I can use, but now I don't want to, because I don't use any of the AI chatbots. I'm not giving my phone number. I'm not giving my email address. I'm not giving any type of my personal information so they can use that as part of their AI, which AI is well, that's for a whole other video. But anyway, I'm happy to make this video tonight because this is interesting stuff when it comes to this specifically. So yeah, there's a chat bot now, which is this. It's trained only or mostly or to some great extent on Satoshi's emails and forum posts, and it's talking about Bitcoin Cash. So, well, it's getting late now. Let me see what time it is now. It is 3:17. I'm going to bed, so I will be back today. Well, later on today, really, because I'm doing a video every day. So see you then. Bye.